welcome to the Creps and Cards show, episode 8. Hope everybody is doing well. Just a reminder to subscribe, share, comment, and feedback. We enjoy listening and reading feedback. Shout out to UK Tickets, who commented on our YouTube channel. Thank you for the feedback. It's much appreciated. Keeps us going. We're having a good time recording, so let's go. Mikel, I believe you wanted to kick off today's episode.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for feedback. Recently, we are really enjoying to read. We are happy that we have a couple of listeners who coming back. So thank you for that. So guys, I heard that you decide finally what you would do with the Paris Saint-Germain Chrome. So could you tell me more? What's happened? Why did you decide to go for it, and what did you get?
Yeah, so Mikel, intentionally kept you in the dark because it was something we spoke about in the earlier podcasts, and a few of us on the podcasts were, if you like, had some shares in a box that we bought together, and wanted to sort of do a, if you like, a live reveal of the decision that we made. So just to feedback for people that are perhaps coming in for the first time, PSG Topps Chrome collaborated and did a special release with Mbappe's first auto. It sold for about £10,000 or so. On the secondary market, initially the prices were, fairly high, perhaps one and a half times the retail price. At that point, decided to hold on to the box. What's happened in the soccer card market recently is that prices across the board have gone down, and the price of the box had also gone down in line with, back onto retail. So there wasn't very much point in trying to sell the box because there wouldn't be any sort of financial benefit of that. We had some discussions. It was a group buy, and sometimes group buys have their positives and negatives. Eventually we got to a consensus, if you like, whereby everybody was happy to open the box and to see what was inside. So about how many days ago? Yeah, less than a week ago, we got onto a WhatsApp video call, and we basically opened the box. To let everybody know what we hit. We did hit Mbappe red, which sounds amazing, but it was the base red rather than the auto red. So a nice card, but not incredible as it would have been if we had hit the auto. The Mbappe auto we got was out of 75. We got a Messi, so I'll just go through the main hits. A Messi out of, I think, 49 with a decent auto. Neymar out of, I think, 35 or so. So those were the 4 big hits. So I'll, ask the other guys who have a share in the box, what do you think about that? And I'll ask Mikel, what's your reaction to the fact that we opened, and what's your reaction to the cards that we hit?
Yeah, guys. So Mustafiz, what is your opinion on that? You are happy with that? What is the outcome, and what would you change if you could?
So obviously, hindsight, they say, is 2020, and given that the box initially came out of the gates at a value of 1.5 what I put in, 1.5 times what I put in, I think now I probably would have taken the money because many we're not financial advisors, but in this instance we're kind of talking about the financial benefit because we went into this as investors. In this climate, the prevailing mood is that cash is king, and it would be nice to have walked away within a few days or a week with 1.5 times what I put in. It didn't work out that way. I was one of the guys that was willing to hold, actually. and obviously following discussion with the other members, we decided to rip. And I would say it's a sort of a little bit above average of the expected hits. So of course I'm very happy that it's not a low end of what we could have hit. I optimistically wanted the very best, and as my brother mentioned, we did get an Mbappe red. Unfortunately, as a base, and I have to say, Mikhail, you could really question the quality of these cards, and it seems as though you're right, because there are some issues with the cards that we've pulled. So there seems to be things like print lines, there seems to be scratches. Obviously, once you've paid the amount of money that Topps charged, I think we estimated they turned over, over £2 million in sales um, from this set. And you're charging a premium price. You should deliver a premium product, and
Exactly.
um,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, and obviously these cards is come loaded in mags, so it can't be the fact that it shouldn't be the fact that it's moving in the box. And the even the base cards are very well protected. And Yeah, so I think my overall mood is that I'm happy. I feel that these are reasonable cards. I might be deluded because I'm invested into this, but this is Mbappe's first auto. When all is said and done, this will still be seen as his first auto. There is the argument that this is in his PSG kit, etc. Um, and another positive is that I've noticed not all the autos have the seven, Mbappe seven. Our auto thankfully does have the Mbappe seven. Okay, I'm sure the you guys might say, or the
It's
listeners
like
we have might
pattern.
say,
It's like pattern basically.
yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
big deal to have the seven or not, but
But
uh,
it's slightly different than
like
others.
exactly, and
Yeah.
we've seen hits, on posted on IG, etc., where he doesn't have the seven, and
Yes,
given the
exactly. Yeah.
choice, I want the seven.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
I mean,
so
could have been better for sure.
yeah,
Overall, happy.
yeah.
Um, um,
Just on
uh,
that point about the auto,
Is there any
uh,
chance to be a 10?
I
Or you
genuinely
you
don't think
didn't
so.
auto,
I
you
don't think
yeah.
so.
yeah, probably not. So what happens in America is when they have the basket, so card signing, rookie autos is like a big deal there. So they have their signing day cards, and what happens is, if you look at all, a lot of the basketball players, when they have their signing day cards, they have a long auto. And
Yeah.
Giannis comes to mind. And then so for the first auto that they do when they're signing on their contract, and Panini comes with all these things, they do a nice long signature. But when they realize the fact that they have to sign so thousands of these things, everybody sort of shortens and changes the signature. So I think Mbappe has not changed it dramatically, but he realizes that by putting the extra seven, it's just creating extra work for him. So if you look at all the Panini autos now, none of them have the seven in, and I think going forward, Mbappe is not going to put the seven in because it doesn't make any sense for him. It's maybe an extra second or so, but
They
when over a
they are
thousand, it adds up.
they are two different signatures. So basically, why I think that's on the Panini because of the special mega multi-million deal or whatever that was. He taking much care and he signs that precisely.
Yeah,
With Dobbs, he was like, okay, I just have to do it because it's for Paris. It's
yeah,
nothing to do with me. It's for
yeah.
Paris. I just have to
I
do it.
mean, I think that the issue has probably come with the tops cards is, I think that whoever's got the signatures hasn't taken care of the cards before and after, and that's why you see so much scratches and things on it. So I, I don't know if it's that he didn't care so much about these, because as I say, he does have the seven in a few of the autos, so it was taking a bit longer. But now I think after doing so many autos, he realizes that just doing it, the smaller signature without the seven is the way that's going to save him the amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. The other point my brother was making was about being the first auto. I mean, I don't know if it'll make a huge deal. I mean, I think a lot does depend upon how Mbappe performs at the World Cup. So, if he has a storming World Cup and wins another World Cup, and we'll come on to this subject, then I think, relative to the whole market, his price will go up. Not to say that it's going to skyrocket and suddenly his auto is going to be worth like $20,000, but relative to the market, his price will go up if he gets a second World Cup. If he doesn't get a second World Cup, then it's a premium card. It's Topps Chrome. It is something that will be considered a decent card. And yeah, my feeling is that there's a term break even. We're probably going to break even from the whole buying the box, ripping the box, and everything like that. If we're looking at it from a financial point of view, so not the end of the world, not brilliant, not terrible.
Okay, Mahfouz, what do you think, and what was your reaction? As I know you was just, guys, don't worry, you decide. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
well, I mean, I was happy with that. I mean, it's not about not that I don't care that I've got enough money to not care. So it's got
Yeah,
nothing
of
to do.
course, yeah.
It's just sometimes, obviously, you when you do things like that, is you obviously never
It
want to
can
put
be
yourself at
life.
risk.
It can, yeah, but it can be
Yeah,
also that it's you could get something special out of it.
oh
You
yeah, of
never
course.
know.
No, of course. My obviously my own frustration was it's just let's do something with it, whether it's selling it or opening it. But we
Yeah.
opened it. It's okay. I'm happy with the cards that we found. Obviously, anyone would want to wish for things
It's
to be a
it's
bit better.
probably it's probably
Um,
it's probably hold long term hold looks like it.
yeah, no,
I
of
think
course,
in
and
this point,
I think, yeah,
the Mbappe, I think
yeah,
those, the national treasures and this Chrome,
yeah,
they're going for like $2,500. So it's not
yeah,
the big deal, but like Wes saying,
yeah,
if he will do something, if he will continue to progress, if he become, I'm not saying he will become, but if he will become like, you know, goal scorer like
yeah,
Lewandowski, Suarez, then we're talking about Messi, Ronaldo, but that is different category and different coffee, obviously. But
oh
yeah, let's
yeah,
see. I think, when I heard that, I was quite, I was quite like shocked. I was shocked that you actually hold on to him that long, because there was always that tension. There can be one of one, and then suddenly
yeah,
one of one got opened by Chinese. Who else than Chinese? Obviously, we talking about here on our podcast about the Chinese collectors who opening always the mega cards. If we're talking about the soccer. So yeah, I was surprised that Mustafis agreed with this, and I was surprised that Hassan, that you break Hassan, guys. Can you tell me something about that? How that becomes that you actually break him and tell him, okay, Hassan, let's do it.
Um, I mean, I think I didn't want to pressurize anybody and say, look, rip it because everybody else wants to rip it. I think it was perhaps a realization that the secondary
That's
value,
yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't yeah, it doesn't matter
you're not going to
basically.
make you're not
Yeah.
going to make any money if you sell it as it is. You probably get the same money that you put in back. So that was one factor. And as you say, like, I mean, obviously when we look at the cards that we got, we didn't get a huge hit. Mbappe out of 5 is a decent card, but like it's that, and I suppose this is the difficulty with box breaking, isn't it? Like everybody has that hope that they're going to hit that one, that one massive card that sells for like a huge amount, and then you know you mentioned life changing, maybe not life changing, but like imagine for any of us, like 10, 20,000 pounds, $20,000, whatever, is a substantial amount of money. So like every, and then when you actually do the maths and work this out, there are some decent cards. You've got Mbappe auto out of 5, Mbappe auto out of 10. You've got the Messi superfractor still not hit. You've got Messi out of 10. So you do have big cards there, and the chances of hitting those cards are reasonable, and the chances of you breaking even are also reasonable. So when you actually analyze it, you never had a decent hit at getting your money back, so to speak, if you're speaking about value, coupled with the chance to hit a massive card. I don't think there will ever be such a an opportunity with a box. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mikel. Just the values of this meant that you've got high chance of breaking even, and you've got a smallest chance of hitting big. Whenever you open a box, it's usually you've got a very small chance of breaking even and a very small chance of hitting big. So this
yeah,
was a slightly different dynamic.
I would know what you're saying, but like when we was seeing the prices, like the Messi you got is probably the selling is around 1,300, something like that. The
Yeah.
recent sales, Neymar is probably like 500. The Mbappe is like maybe that 2 grand. And I don't know whatever junk is there, rest of the junk that like for me, I don't even calculating it. So I think, what do you think is the uh, Mbappe Red 5? I think that will probably bring like $900.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it
Something
depends.
like that.
It depends what happens with Mbappe over the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully you will guys break even and you will just get money back and just hold on to it, because money now are really important, as we know. And yeah, thank you so much for this. I'm sure that people will enjoy this episode about this, which one we start about the Paris Saint-Germain Chrome. Congrats to that you was able to buy it, guys. And I think we should move on.
Cool. So the next topic, I know we've spoken a bit about the World Cup. I mean, I'm going to pin everybody down and ask for their official prediction. I think we're 2.5 weeks away. So, not who you want to win, not who maybe will win, who do you think will win the World Cup? And we'll have to write this down and come back to it and see who was right and who was wrong. I'll start with Mahfouz. Mahfouz, who will win the World Cup?
Oh, you put me on the spot right now. I've actually haven't thought about it leading up to today at all about who could possibly win or not.
But you've had now 10 seconds buffer time to think about it while you said all of that. So,
who has a solid? A dream would be England for them to win. Had they had a better manager, then I could probably possibly see them, having a chance of winning. But
remember, I just said, who do you want to win? I say, who will win the World Cup in your opinion?
I mean, with that squad, if they had a better manager, I'd say England probably have a big chance of winning. But I think right now, looking at it, based on form, based on the players that they currently have, I think Argentina have a big shot. Obviously, Messi's been doing quite well in the French league. They've got a solid midfield of, Di Maria. They've got what's the Atletico Madrid lad? Even though they went out yesterday, I can't remember his name. He's always following Messi around. There's always pictures of them together. And then obviously they've got a solid defense of, the man of the moment, probably the best centre back in the Premier League at the moment, Lisandro Martinez. I'd say I think Argentina possibly. I might be wrong. I haven't thought about this in the moment, but obviously I'll think about it a bit more. And if I do want to change my mind, I'll change my mind.
Okay, so Argentina. And you think their squad is strong?
You know what? Come back to me. Let me think about it.
Okay. Mikel, who is going to win the World Cup?
Who is it gonna win the World Cup? I think that is pretty much now maybe easy. I think biggest chances has Brazil, England. I don't see the Argentina. Argentina is just overrated too much for me. Like he's saying, Lisandro Martinez. I don't know. I think still England will have better defense than Argentina. Even the midfield, I really like the midfield of England. And Brazil midfield, Brazil defense. You can go wrong. Maybe some players like but France, too many injuries. France. That's why I'm not putting France into that. That's they might win it. You know, like you might have a strong offensive, but there is like so many injuries, like Kante, you know, Pogba.
Kante's out, yeah. Yeah.
There
Pogba's
is
out.
like massive deal, you know, you have massive deal in France. So I think the biggest favorites are definitely England, Brazil, and as we know, Germans always can surprise everyone.
Yeah. Choose one if you're going to choose one.
If I'm going to choose one,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll write it down and come back to it at the end of the week.
I'm going with the I'm going to win with the England Brazil. I'm sorry, I can't say one.
No, you have to say one. You
Impossible.
have to say one. You have to say one.
Okay. My vibe is British. I'm going with England.
England. Okay. Despite your hate of not hate, strong word. Despite your dislike of Gareth Southgate.
Yeah. All my days. Don't even tell me that. Hopefully they will forget his tactics or whatever.
Okay, so Mikel's going with England. Mahfouz is going with Argentina, but may change his mind.
No. I've changed my mind already. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, leading up to the tournament, I did not think about it at all. I'll be honest with you.
I think
obviously,
it also shows Mahfouz. It shows one other thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't read the WhatsApp group, because I put it in the WhatsApp group, official predictions for the itinerary for today. So you don't read the WhatsApp group.
No, you know what? I'm ever so sorry. I was quite busy today at work, and I must have just missed it on the thing. But I think looking at the teams, my apologies.
He sent it 8 o'clock at night.
Who are you picking then? Who are you picking, Mahfouz?
I think Brazil. Thinking about it, they've got two fantastic goalkeepers, amazing goalkeepers. They're one of the two
goalkeepers
best.
Going to do?
They usually had goal. Do you remember Tafarel?
Yeah. If you look back at World Cup 2010, who won at Germany? Who was their goalkeeper? Manuel Neuer, and was it 2014? It was, sorry.
Yes, Neuer got the operation.
You've put me on the spot today by calling me out, and I can't think straight right now.
What are two goalkeepers going to do?
No. Of course, Manuel Neuer had a big tournament in 2014, and what did you? I think Courtois recently said that in that 2014 World Cup, he influenced a lot of goalkeepers the way he played, and that made a big change. Obviously, you need a fantastic goalkeeper behind, so you got Alisson and Edison.
If you have good goalkeeper, you can play 11 players, not just 10. That is the main factor.
I know goalkeepers are obviously very, very important, but you said they've got two good goalkeepers. Is that right, or did I mishear you?
Yeah, so they got two great goalkeepers. You'd say, yeah.
He wants to continue.
But you're not letting me. You're calling me out. I'm reading something at 8 o'clock. But it's here's what it is. And then they got a great defense of they've got Thiago Silva, I believe, still plays for them. Then there's the Real Madrid centre back. And then there's also Marquinhos as well.
Yeah, Marquinhos. I don't like the idea of Marquinhos. I would
Militao,
prefer
isn't it?
Militao. I would prefer Militao over Marquinhos. I would say.
So they've got them in defense. In midfield, you've got the one of the top midfielders in the world right now, Fred. And then obviously you've got Casemiro next to him. And then obviously you'll have Neymar ahead of them, because I believe he plays as a number 10, isn't it, for Brazil? I'm not 100% sure.
You got the Vinicius Junior, who will be running like mad.
Yeah, you got Vinicius, who's ridiculously fast. Jesus. You got Rodrigo as well in that squad.
You got Richarlison.
Yeah, Richarlison. So I think, thinking about it properly, I think Brazil are probably my shout for the World Cup.
I think when it comes to World Cup, regardless of how good or bad they've been playing, Mikel mentioned Germany and also Brazil is just one of those teams that you just can never. You can never count them out in a major tournament. So that's definitely a good shout. So you're going with Brazil. Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay, cool. My brother?
Well, I'm disappointed Mahfouz went back and changed his mind, because I was going to go for Brazil. So I have to say someone different now.
No.
It's going to be boring.
No,
it's okay. I'm gonna go for someone different.
No, you can go for the same one if you want. It's who you think is going to win the World Cup.
It's not who you want.
No, I know it's not who I want, it's who I think. So I'm gonna say it could be any team, couldn't it? I mean, Qatar might. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna say Portugal because I think that Ronaldo is going to be fired up about what's happened. This is my belief, it's speculation, and as we've spoken about earlier, I'm one to speculate. He's going to be fired up. He's already started blanking Gary Neville. It's showing that he's got his game face on. Obviously, they've got very good players, very talented players. Bruno, he's not shown the form that he's shown for the
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva, phenomenal player.
You
Bruno, he's not played very well in the last 1.5 seasons, I would say. But prior to that, he was looking like phenomenal talent. You've got Cancelo in defense, who basically plays as a left winger or a number 10 or whatever he feels like playing. Jota as well. He's again not showing much form in the Premier League. Maybe this is an opportunity.
No, I think he's out for the World Cup, isn't he?
Is he out? Oh, right.
Yeah, Jota is out.
Jota is out of the tournament.
That's disappointing. Talking about injuries just now is like I saw this clip. I think my brother sent it about Jamie Carragher calling out the Qatar World Cup, saying that if players get injured now, they're going to miss out on a chance of a lifetime. Look at this. Well, can that not happen in a normal tournament, in a normal season? What's he talking about?
No, it was a huge schedule before World Cup. Like, it's too much games, yeah? But they done it as well, the political act which one make it this. That is absolutely stacked, so it's tough.
I mean, this was planned for years now, that it's going to be in the winter. Of course,
everyone should be ready for this.
Of course, and they should have played they should have done the season, around it. Obviously, we've had the Queen's death, and then they decided to cancel the game. But obviously, looking at it, there was more reason to why they cancelled the game when other sports were on. So they.
I was just about to say rugby carried on, etc.
Rugby carried on, cricket carried on. So they kind of, so they've stacked this season up. And then obviously,
maybe we'll hear some comments as to why the football was particularly cancelled. So I think we spoke about it as well. But
I think it was due to policing or something. But Muffles, when a normal World Cup happens, the season finishes. What's the window between the season finishing and the World Cup starting? It's not too long, is it?
No, I think I think it finishes in May, and then the World Cup's around the 1st or 2nd of June, isn't it? Second week of June.
There is literally no pause. 1 week you have pause, basically, something like that.
I think it's about 1 or 2 weeks.
Over the years, being a huge England fan, there was the incident with David Beckham's metatarsal. There was the
Wayne Rooney's metatarsal as well.
Wayne Rooney's metatarsal. Michael Owen being injured. It's not like we would have had a quote unquote normal World Cup, and you're not going to get players that miss out. That's the nature of professional elite level sport. You can sustain an injury that takes you out of a tournament.
I know who Wes going to tell. That's who going to win.
I'm going for Portugal.
All right.
Okay, Portugal. Ever the romantic.
What about you?
Ever the romantic.
Mikel, so who do you think that I will select?
You will select France because of Mbappe. Mbappe card.
No. I'm also ever the romantic as well.
All right.
I would go. I will go for Argentina, because of
really
the
Messi?
way that. Because of Messi, yep, absolutely. Because of Messi, because the way the team rallies around him, and I think it's a little bit different to the way the team Portugal rallies around Ronaldo. I think at the moment what it is that Messi seems to be commanding the respect of the others. So I watched the final of the Copa America, and to be honest, Messi didn't do very much in the whole game, but right at the end of the
walking ghost.
he didn't do anything. All the players ran to him. And there was this almost like a this massive appreciation of Messi. I mean, I know he leading up to that played phenomenal, was a goal scorer of the tournament, blah blah blah, goal of the tournament. But the team love him so much that they would do anything for him. So I think that love for him will elevate them to try and really perform to their best. And it's an outside pick. I know Mafuz mentioned that the team is very, very strong. I don't believe the team is that strong, but I just think that the magic of the World Cup, the magic of Messi, the magic of it being his last World Cup, it could have happened with Ronaldo, yes. I think the dynamics of the team would need to change a bit, but my not the team that my pick is Argentina.
Perfect, guys. Now, what is your buying or selling? Your plans? This is not financial advice, but during the World Cup, what is your preparation to sell or buy during the World Cup? Any trading cards?
Um,
So Mafuz,
I I haven't really thought about any sort of sales at the moment for the World Cup. But Awais, me and you still hold that 98 sticker box. Do you remember that we bought? I don't know, when did we buy it? I think a couple of years back.
2002 sticker box.
Yeah, it was a 2002 sticker box. No, I think we bought it a couple of years back, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's still around. I don't know if we
Yeah,
should.
I totally
I don't know,
forgot.
open it, or should we
Maybe,
sell? Or
maybe. I mean, let me put you on the spot, Mafuz. Just because I think this might make a good piece of content. You've got a Jude Bellingham Auto RC PSA 10 Inception one.
yeah,
There is a lot of hype with Jude Bellingham at the moment.
Yeah.
He's
Mhm.
one of England's, you could say, biggest prospects. He's got a lot of love, and rightly so. He's playing very, very well. Do you think it's good to sell the hype? Um, because he's going to be one of the poster boys of England's campaign, or do you believe in him? Are you going to hold his a premium card of his? What are you going to do?
I know you've been nagging me for some time to say, maybe it's time to get rid leading up to the World Cup. But I think, from what I've seen, I think I'll hold for now. I think he's going to get a massive move next year. And do I see him being better than who was our last generation talent? Probably Wayne Rooney, isn't it? I don't know if was there anyone after that. Please, if there's anyone that I've missed
Trent
since Rooney.
Alexander-Arnold.
What about if Jude will go to Liverpool? Would you change your mind?
He's not going to go to Liverpool. If they moved for him last year, he would have went there. But I don't think Liverpool have the funding for him. And
Chelsea maybe has.
I think
But
I think
he
bigger
wouldn't
clubs
go
will be after
Chelsea,
him.
I think.
I think what's stopping him from going Chelsea? What's the reason why he wouldn't?
Imagine United. That would be cool.
United 100% would love to have him, but I don't know if he wants to come to us. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
I think Real Madrid are possibly might go for him.
How's he gonna displace Fred? You mentioned his mercurial talents earlier.
Oh God, Fred is such a Marmite. You will love him. I hate
Mustafis,
him, and I hate him.
what about you? What would you buy or sell?
I'll be honest. I'm probably looking to sell. I would. I've got vested. Coming back to the first topic of the conversation, I've got vested interest in Mbappe. So again, not financial advice, but I'll be planning to sell Mbappe, and I'll be looking to sell any Ronaldo cards because, like I said about the Portugal prediction, and it's not because I've got some Ronaldo cards. It's genuinely I think that he's a winner who doesn't take kindly to whenever his ability is questioned. So that's what I'm thinking. Mbappe and Ronaldo to sell.
Wes?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's certain players that if they win the World Cup, the stock rises a lot. Like Mbappe, for instance, he's won 2 World Cups. There's a comparison with Pele, which are obviously very, very premature. There's Messi and Ronaldo. If they win the World Cup again, their stock rises, and they're very firmly into the higher end of the GOAT conversation. They're already there. So it's always a risk between selling those 3 because their stock will rise, but I think that what I'm going to do is the higher end stuff that I have for these 3 guys, I'm probably holding on to the higher end stuff, but anything which is not higher end, I'll probably be selling. In terms of buying, I probably wouldn't want to be buying a huge amount of soccer during the World Cup. I'd be in trading cards, seeing the also be probably looking to, perhaps buy other, genres like boxing or UFC or other stuff that I'm interested in. And how about you, Mikhail?
How about me? I have guys. I don't have any Mbappe cards, but I'm following Mustafi's. I will probably sell Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo. You know, if there would be huge cards. You know, when, if not now, when is the hype? Everyone is shaking. Bring us the World Cup. You know, so I think that. And what I will be buying sneakers, which one I can't wait. And that will be lost and found. Hopefully, I will get them for retail. If not, I will buy them resale.
Tell
That's
me about Lost and Found. I'm not a sneakerhead, and if anybody else is not a sneakerhead who's listening, tell me about Lost and Found.
so lost and found are the like lost and found Chicago's from 1985. Yeah, so they making reimagination of the oldest model. This is a little bit worn, you know, the yellowish sole, uh, nice touch on the upper, you know, and I really love it. They done it such a cool job, and it's basically Chicago remastered from 1985.
So
So
what they're saying is that imagine a shop had a stock of Chicago Jordan 1s and it was left in their basement and they just found it in 2022 and they're going to sell it as if they're found in a so-called mom and pop shop from a mother and father shop in
yeah,
America, and they're
so
selling it to us in 2022.
yeah. So that what I'm going to buy basically, and I can't actually wait for that entering all the raffles in the universe.
Yeah, and that's a pair that you're gonna wear definitely
Yeah,
yourself,
I'm
and keep
gonna rock it.
one for the long term. Is that right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That was I want. One for long term, one to rock, and just beat them like my breaths. You know, just literally beat them
everyday
as
wear?
much as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Quickly, Mafuz, are you buying anything?
I'll definitely go for the lost and found. And I've been trying to purchase a couple of trainers. I think there's Fruity Pebbles coming out, the LeBron James
Yeah,
dunk.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think they came out recently, so I've entered some raffles for them. But at the moment, I'm in the mode of just saving. Because the market's a bit, it's not great. The deco
Same
came out
here.
today, which unfortunately I couldn't get. Obviously, if I did get it, then I probably would have. I don't know,
Ripped it.
held for a bit, maybe. I don't know. I kind of lost that little urge to rip now. I don't know why. It's been so long since I last ripped, so I've kind of lost the what do you call it? The
Appetite.
urge, like, yeah, the appetite. What I say, appetite? I don't know. I kind of lost that feeling of, the feeling that
Of
you get when you
ripping
do
it,
rip, innit?
yeah.
Of ripping, yeah. So it's
That
been
excitement, that
the
excitement.
excitement.
That's
What do you might get, or what you might not get, or if it's going to be a flop. So yeah, because I haven't ripped in some time, I think I might need to rip. So I'm sure I have something in my wardrobe or somewhere in my room
yeah.
to rip,
You
which I don't know.
definitely have
Maybe bring
something.
that fire back in. But it's mainly because I don't know.
Ah, you
Ever
got
I
you
don't,
got Formula One, isn't it?
yeah, I do actually. I've got a Formula One. I think I've got. There's a Champions League one that I have, but it's, you know what it is. I don't know if you guys have felt the same. It's been ever since Fanatics bought at Topps. I find purchasing boxes so hard right now. So it just flops on me every time. So these last
Yeah.
few, top Inceptions and obviously today Deco, and then there was Pearls and stuff. I could never purchase them. It just sold out by the time I log on, or there's some sort of bank authentication that I need to do, and then it's just gone anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
Deco was really strange today. So what happened was, I went into the website. Obviously, the capture did that, and then it said, maximum two. So try to buy two, add to cart, and it just wouldn't add to cart, and it would just stay on that thing, that page, and then refresh, add to cart again. It doesn't show sold out.
Yeah.
And by this time it's been like 2 minutes, still not showing sold out. and it just
It was
wouldn't add,
out of stock
yeah,
probably already.
but it wouldn't just add to cart. Yeah, maybe it was out of stock, but then when it's out of stock, usually it just says out of stock, and you can't. It doesn't even give
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just very strange today's drop. I think. Yeah,
Doesn't matter. You have steel boxes, so you can give the Mafus taste.
yeah,
How that tastes again.
yeah, yeah. So okay, so you're looking for some fruity pebbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
what
no,
about
yeah.
you? So what about you? So you going to buy anything? Like
Me,
you going to buy the UFC or whatever you fancy, or
yeah.
World Cup Prism?
So World Cup Prism. I mean,
Do you
it,
fancy
it,
it? Okay, I'm going to ask you different question.
yeah, go on.
World Cup Prism,
Yeah,
you have more different packages. I mean, like the some affordable one, like you could buy definitely hobby as well. But I mean, like for the rip, just
yeah.
for fun, they have some boxes like
Master
hybrid.
boxes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
those kind of boxes, which one are smaller one, but you can still hit autograph, but it's harder, but you can still get parallels, and they are way cheaper than
yeah,
than. So I think that they will be definitely on StockX. So I will probably want to rip at least some hang hang package or
yeah,
whatever. Just give me the packs. I want to rip
yeah.
something.
I mean, I don't know why World Cup Prism this year it doesn't seem to excite me so much.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
it's I don't find it that exciting. I mean, it might change, and I
Bro,
think
this
yeah,
wasn't exciting even in the 2018. What do you think? That was everywhere sitting. That was someone saying, it doesn't excite me that much. And
true,
then
true.
Mbappe become
Yeah,
bigger.
it's true,
The
it's true.
same thing, you know, who
Yeah,
is good Rocky there is the Gapco, you know? It might be his Rocky card. It might be his amazing tournament, he playing for Netherlands.
yeah,
Never know, never know. But I would like to at least these cheap boxes. I would like to rip at least one,
yeah.
just like that, just the feel.
I feel
Watch the World Cup and rip it.
yeah. So maybe if there's something under sort of £200-300 mark, I
Yeah,
might
of
yeah.
course, yeah,
Might buy some stuff to it. But if you're asking specifically what I'm looking at, there's a Upper Deck 2000 release Muhammad Ali Master Set is called, I think.
yeah. I know
And
that. I know that
you
you
know,
are so
I've told you
after.
about it, yeah. So basically, it's on card auto, it's match worn trunks, robe, and gloves. So the specific card that I'm looking for is something that has a patch, which is sorry, not match worn, fight worn, or training worn. It's called, and with an on card auto. So something like that. And I think the print runs like 250. There's in terms of 250 boxes or sets, a few different parallels numbered to 99 and 250 and stuff. So, there's not very much of the stuff around. And every time it comes on eBay, it's on auction and it ends up going for like over $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000. So something like that is something that I would actively be looking to pick up.
Yeah, that
Um,
is good shout. Good shout. I think that is better than the Paris Saint-Germain box.
yeah, so something like that would be, would be something that I would be looking to pick up when the price is right if the market continues to go down. And
Hopefully you will get it for right price that you
yeah,
will be
and-
able to collect that.
yeah, and the other thing is Khabib 2013 finest gold parallel, which is numbered out of like I think 88 or something, random like that. So those are the two cards, non-soccer.
You want
Yeah, yeah,
non-soccer
which are
cards. Yeah.
which are on my want list. In terms of soccer cards, I mean, um, you know, Messi mega cracks in a higher grade than we've got. Messi Mundi Chromo in a PSA 9 rookie. Ronaldo in a, like, we've been quite lucky. We do have some really nice cards in lower grade. So any of those key cards in a higher grade, I would love to pick up if the opportunity comes. Yeah, so that's what my sort of longer term focus would be, if you like, as a collector.
Perfect. Guys, I heard that you was in the Comic Con. You didn't go to London Card Show because something came up. I heard that you went to Comic Con. So, guys, any great experience with the comics and everything else you would like to say?
Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, we couldn't. We had some other plans at the time of the London Card Show, and we couldn't, despite buying a ticket and everything, we couldn't actually go to the London Card Show, which was a bit disappointing for us. And it turned out that, so we were still in London. We were not meant to be in London. We were still in London, and very close to where we were, where my brother and I were at that time. It turned out was the Comic Con, and we decided to go down there on the Sunday.
I think
It
the
was
London
a,
Card Show was sold out that day as well, so we couldn't have made it to the London Card Show.
yeah, we'd lost our ticket already, and it was sold out the following day. And yeah, so we went there, and it was a good experience. I mean, my brother knows that I'm more into comics than my brother. My brother follows it a bit, but I'm more into comics. I think
Are
Mikel.
you more into comics than cards? Would you say?
Probably now, yes. No?
It's a bit hard because the thing is about comics is I think I've in the recent, traditionally, yes, since childhood, I'll definitely say I'll be more into comics than cards as a kid, definitely. But you know, recently I've been more in when I've got back into hobby, back into a hobby. I would say I'm more into cards at this moment in time than comics, but the comics may take over the cards. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. So that's the way it is. Yeah. So yeah, and so my brother knows that I've always wanted to kind of go down to Comic Con in America and things like that. So we went down, and it was a really good experience. I'm sure you will hear my brother's views in a minute. And we I don't think we'll reveal. We managed to pick a couple of things up. I don't think we'll reveal fully yet. Hopefully, once, because we've had to do processing for what we bought and stuff. So we'll see where that goes. But we met a really nice guy there, nice couple of guys there, and there were a few people there giving out autographs. So the guy that plays C3PO, Daniel Charles, I want to say his name is. I'm sure one of you guys can look it up while I'm talking. So he was there handing out his autograph. Martin Sheen was there handing out his autograph. There was a few other sort of anime actors and voice actors and things. And also the guy that plays Sandman, Tom Sturridge. And yeah, so
What was the name you said? What was the name you said?
for who?
C3PO.
What did I say? Did I say Daniel Charles or something like that?
Well, both those names are wrong. Anthony
Oh.
Daniels. Daniels with
Daniel, I got Daniel. Anthony Daniel.
No,
All
no,
right, okay.
you
Okay.
didn't get Daniel. It's Daniels with the S, so I'm not going to give you that.
It just shows how much of a Star Wars fan I am.
No, why do you think when I was speaking to the guy, I said, yeah, C3PO's over there? Because I didn't want to get his name wrong, unfortunately. I think,
Yeah, my brother asked the brilliant question of, can you tell me what C3PO's first appearance was? And the guy goes, yes, Star Wars 1.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so you know, we saw that, and there were we saw some there was a few Funko stores as well there. That was interesting. Funkos is something in certain, I think it lends itself very well to certain things, and we looked at a few of the Funko stores. So yeah, I think overall it was a very positive experience. Met some nice people. Got to see a different side of a con where there's signings involved and things like that, and I thought it was really good. I wonder what my brother makes of it.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I wanted to go was to sort of experience a large conference. outside of the experience that we had with the London the London card show when we went last time. So a totally different sort of hobby niche, if you like, and specifically actually was to see if there was any potential in Funkos now that PSA are grading Funkos. And Funko Pops, for people that don't know, they're these sort of plastic toys, and they do have a cult following, and certain of them are very, very collectibles. Just to see if there was any way that we could get involved in the higher, more collectible Funkos, particularly now that PSA are grading them, and there's going to be like the ones which are grails and difficult to get, having them in a PSA 10 would be something which is very, very difficult to obtain and something which is very, very desired, I would think. Again, not financial advice. So for me, it was trying to explore that to see if these grail Funkos were easily obtainable, what the condition was like, is this another niche that we could go into both for collecting and investing? Uh, I mean, to be honest, I didn't see the more rarer Funkos. There was, the standard Funkos which were there. The comic book side. I mean, I think that comic books are so massive, and my interest isn't quite fully there. But I do appreciate the massive, massive first covers, first appearance of Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. So my take when we look at a hobby is trying to go for the cream, the best. And I think for comics, I don't think we can get there. For Funkos, maybe, but again, it's just that thing that you're talking about ripping and whatever else. No, I think I said it on a live that I was doing yesterday that you need to have a bit of excitement when I was ripping a Sidemen card box. You need to have a bit of excitement. I wasn't fully feeling that excitement when I was when I was there at the conference looking at the Funkos and trying to look for the Grail. So, and I don't know, I've not fully decided yet, but yeah, that's what my feeling was. Because I'm not a comic type of guy. uh, I really enjoyed the fact that everybody was dressed up, and it was quite an experience to see that many people so passionate and so committed to their niche. I found that really, really nice to see, but it wasn't quite doing it for me.
Perfect, guys. I think that we came to the end of podcast. Thank you so much for describing the Paris Saint-Germain Chrome box. You know what your thoughts are, and Mbappe scored today and assist. So I think that you will be happy about that in Champions League against Juventus. And yeah, thank you for guys that you listening. Keep coming back. I think we trying always bring some contents to you. We are very appreciate you whoever is tuning in. Like, subscribe, as always, and thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care,
Thank
everybody.
you.